Goedenavond, kijkers en luisteraars. Het is weer vrijdagavond en dus tijd voor een nieuwe aflevering van Country Festival. Het programma van RTV Katwijk voor de liefhebbers van countrymuziek. Vanavond een hele speciale uitzending. Het is 25 jaar geleden dat ik voor het eerst achter de microfoon kroop om dit programma te presenteren. We laten dit natuurlijk niet zomaar voorbij gaan. Daarom is het eerste uur van dit programma live te zien op televisie bij RTV Katwijk. Via Ziggo analoog op kanaal 45, via Ziggo digitaal op kanaal 41 en voor de mensen die zijn aangesloten op de KPN via kanaal 1385. En wereldwijd via de livestream op rtvkatwijk.nl. Om het feestje luister bij te zetten is het duo Mike en Amy Aiken uit de USA overgekomen om hier live op te treden. May I present you, all the way from Virginia, USA, Mike and Amy Aiken.
Thank you. Come on now, don't be late. Ain't no time to hesitate. Going out early, we're staying late. We're jumping up tonight. You don't need to wear no shoes. Those cut-off jeans look good on you. Come on, baby, your front page news. Jumping up tonight. Ooh, you won't regret it. Let your inhibition go. That Rasta man, he's gonna get it. And that rum punch, sure enough it will flow. That moon is looking right, the band is playing mighty tight. Shirley Heights, well, you're quite the sight. Jumping up tonight, yeah. There's Wahoo on the grill, they're smoking something down that hill. Man, I just can't get my fill. Jumping up tonight. Ooh, you won't regret it. Let your inhibition go. That Rasta man, he's gonna get it. And that rum punch, sure enough it will flow. So come on, don't be late. Got no time to hesitate. Going out early, we're staying late. Jumping up tonight, oh yes, we're going out early, we're staying late. Jumping up tonight, I said we're going out early, we're staying late. Jumping up tonight. Woo. Why, thank you. Do another one called Thick Black Water. And this song brings up a little bit of Cajun music, a little bit of Louisiana. Deep in the bayou, lost out in the night, I heard a voice call out to me, saw a distant light, following the smoke trail to that burning pipe. Black-haired voodoo woman, she was dancing round the fire. We sang, hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. She led me to a still house, pulled me through the door, handed me an old jug, then she sat me on the floor. Like it in the window, coonskin on the wall. Shook those hips and she cast those bones. I can't tell you what I saw. We sang, hey, 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 hey. Well, she said,
welcome boys down to the swamp where the ancient cypress grow, where the Spanish moss hangs to the ground and the thick black water flows.
there's hoodoo and voodoo and all that she could do, shooting me from my head to my toes, where the thick black water flows.
Hey, 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 hey.
Ooh, yeah. Next thing I remember, I woke up in the light. Stood and looked around me, there was not a soul in sight. I felt my fingers tremble, I sensed that silent fear. My head was pounding with that voodoo rhythm in my ears. I heard, hey, hey, hey,
Hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey.
well, she said,
Welcome boys down to the swamp where the ancient cypress grow, where the Spanish moss hangs to the ground and the thick black water flows.
there's voodoo and voodoo and all that she could do, shook me from my head to my toes. Whoa, 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 where the thick black water flows.
Hey, 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 hey,
Yeah.
hey, 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 hey.
Thank you very much.
Ja, en dan vraag ik Mike en Amy Eken om hier aan tafel aan te schuiven. En dan gaan wij eventjes een interview doen. Yes? Dus even dus een wisselen. En kijken hoe we dat zo snel mogelijk kunnen doen. Maar daar komen ze al aan. Ja. Sit down.
Hi, Bart.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Yes?
Thanks for having us.
Good, good. You like it here so with the people?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Thank everybody for coming.
Okay.
Hope
this-
everybody's singing at home.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Mike, you raised up in the state of New York,
I was.
and how did you start to play music?
Oh, just from as long as I can remember, I wanted to play. I felt rhythm. I played drums. I played all sorts of things. It was something I could not do. You know, I just had to play.
Mm-hmm. And I read that from the borders of Lake Erie, you wanted to see the big world.
That's true.
How did you manage that?
Oh, well, the best way, I mean, I traveled a lot through music, but the best way is Amy and I put together a sailboat that could cross oceans.
Mm-hmm.
And we sailed the boat, really learned how to sail on Lake Erie, then took the boat down the Erie Canal to the Hudson River.
Mm-hmm.
From the Hudson River, we could go out to New York City Harbor to the Atlantic Ocean, and that opened up the world.
The world. You have been to Europe.
Well, we have.
Yep. But nowadays you live on that boat.
Yeah, well, not the same boat. There's been 3 different cruising boats
Okay.
over time. The first one wasn't quite as good as we thought it was, but it got us through many storms and we're alive, so it's all good. But we got better boats over time.
Okay. And it's in Virginia where you are now.
It is Norfolk, Virginia.
And Amy, where do you came from?
Oh, I'm from the West Coast, from the California Bay Area near San Francisco.
And how do you meet Mike?
Well, when I finished college at Cornell, I went for engineering and I took a job over near Michael. And, well, the short answer is he was my landlord for a very brief time.
Okay. So, wasn't it difficult to live with somebody who has a passion for the water and life on the sea?
Oh, not really, because I had the same passion for traveling and going long distance by some means. So it sounded good to me to get on a boat.
Yeah. And were you playing music before you met
I
Mike?
was singing.
You were singing,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Mike, when you start writing songs, and how did you recognize that you have the talent for writing?
I would, even as a child, I'd always put together little rhymes. I enjoyed doing that. It's what led me to play guitar over other instruments, because it's easy to tell a story when you can play the whole background to the story. When I sort of quit working with other bands and we went sailing, is when I really had the time to start writing. So it was in our first trip to Europe that I wrote a lot during that trip. We based out of Spain for 3 years. I wrote a lot there. We based out of Antigua in the Caribbean for about 3 years, and I wrote a lot there. And it gave me the time to perfect a style and the method of how to tell the story. Then when we came back to the States, we released, it was probably the 3rd CD that got Nashville's attention, released a song and a video to it, and then I got signed to a label in Nashville. And then started working with a lot of the Nashville writers. And you're always trying to get better.
How was that working with the people who are writing in Nashville?
It works well. I mean, there's different styles of people there, but there are people that are definitely very, very good at it that you can learn from. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you go into a writing session and nothing happens, and other times it's just great. It's just you find out whose personality you can work with, and you find also that you will write a certain type of song with this person, who that fits. You write maybe a slow song with another person, and that's how your mind works with that person.
All the traveling around the world, there you met people. They were an influence on your writing?
Oh, of course. Really, I mean, there are writers who are an influence. There are people I listen to who are early influences. I mean, early influences would be John Prine, and a great writer, and Guy Clark, a great songwriter. Yes. But it's interesting. You will walk into a situation with somebody you don't know, and they might say one phrase that you think, that's very interesting. That's a very clever phrase. And we're just talking, like you and I are talking. Mm-hmm. But something will come up that'll strike a writer, strike me as, I can build from that, and you go from that. You're always sort of jotting down notes or a sign on the side of the road sometimes, and there's all sorts of influence.
Okay. I know you have a big collection of snare instruments. And how did you start collecting them, and what was the influence on your songwriting?
Of the guitars? I like different styles. Yes. There were times where I really like roots blues that goes to the countryside. There's a country blues style that I just love. Taj Mahal is a great player that style, when he would play a steel guitar. When you pick up that type of guitar, it speaks to you in a different way. I mean, that might sound odd, but I pick up an acoustic guitar, a wooden guitar, that speaks one way, and you'll write songs with that guitar. And you'll pick up there's one here, a resonator, and that'll speak to you different. Yeah. It's I always tell Amy, all I need is one more guitar. No matter how many I have, one more would be the one,
How many do you have?
Oh, I have a few.
a few, yeah. Are there well-known artists who played your songs?
I haven't had big pickups that way. I've had one of the things that happened, I wrote a song called, actually Amy and I wrote this one, called Chesapeake, that was picked up by Sports Illustrated magazine, big sports, and they put it as one of the top 40 sports songs of all time. So that was very helpful. I had one of my songs picked up by Universal Records France, and went out under a country compilation, but it went out under my name, not somebody else's. So I haven't really tried to shop my songs to other artists too much.
Okay. And Amy, you are playing the percussion the most, and is that your passion?
Well, it is. I wasn't sure what my musical passion would be, but over the years and through several different instruments, this is the one that takes up the most space in the boat, in the bus, but is the most fun for me, for sure. So.
And how do you manage to get it here?
Sore subject, but if anybody's looking for any great gear, the beginning of December, it'll be for sale.
Okay. Together you have already several albums out. What is the latest one?
Well, the last one was Captains and Cowboys,
Yes.
And that one was nominated for a Grammy, did well for us. The one that will be coming out next spring will be called Wayward Troubadour. That'll be the new album.
And that's in spring?
In the spring. I'm not sure exactly, February.
Okay, I will see forward to it.
You will be one of the first to have it.
Okay, thank you. Mike, you just started a new tour through Europe. Where can the listeners and viewers meet you for a concert?
Well, we're through the Netherlands, Switzerland, looks like France. The best place that they could go to would be my website, really, to see where we'd be.
Which is?
And when the website is MikeAikenmusic.com.
But tomorrow night, for those in the Netherlands, in Blijham.
Yes, it is pronounced good.
Het Oude Wapen.
We have practiced it.
We have practiced that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we like to hear more of you.
Okay.
So I try to translate for the listeners and the viewers what we told, and then we go further.
And we would like to say congratulations to you.
Yes, 25
for
years.
25 years on the
Okay.
air. I would like to say congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's a big thing.
Yes.
Oké, thank you very much. En ja, ik zal even proberen om te vertalen van wat zij allemaal zeiden. Mike is opgegroeid in de staat New York en aan de oevers van het Lake Erie, oftewel het Eriemeer. En toen had hij altijd de gedachte van ik wil naar de wereld toe. Uiteindelijk heeft hij een boot gekocht en is hij samen met Amy met die boot door de rivieren heen gegaan, zo naar de grote oceaan. En heeft daar New York bereikt en alle andere havens langs de kust. Uiteindelijk overgestoken ook naar Europa. En overgestoken dus naar Europa en hier dus ook dingen gezien. Ook naar de Caribië gegaan en vervolgens weer terug naar Virginia, waar de boot dus nu ligt. En ze zijn dus bezig met een nieuw album. We hebben ook even gehad over de manier van songwriting. de manier van het tot stand komen van een song. Maar het nieuwe album ligt zo goed als klaar. En dat komt uit in het voorjaar. Ik hoop dat ik daarmee zo'n beetje alles verteld heb. En probeer op die manier dus binnenkort nog wat van hun muziek te laten horen. En ze zullen straks ook een paar nummers laten horen van hun nieuwe album. Mike en Amy, go further.
I was born with a traveling bone. Don't you know I just got to roam? Said I was born with a traveling bone. Where I lay my head, yes, it is my home. Got my boat, said that's for me. Wind and waves and deep the sea, said got my boat. Well, that's for me. Well, traveling slow, feeling my day free. Oh yeah. I got all I need when she laying next to me. I'm home. Rolling in those tumbleweeds, oh, rocking on that deep sea. I'm home. Yeah, yes, a traveling bone. Don't you know I got a mountain girl likes to travel all around the world? Say, don't you know? Well, I got a girl. Well, she likes to travel all around this world. There's a road and it's waiting for me. There's some places I just got to see. Say, there's a road and it's waiting for me. Well, there's some places I sure want to be. Walk on now. Traveling bone. Don't you know I just got to roam? Said I was born with a traveling bone. Where I lay my head, yes, it is my home. Where I lay my head, yes, it is my home. Put your hands together now. Traveling bone. Got a traveling,
got a traveling, got a traveling, got a traveling bone.
Yeah.
Got a traveling, got a traveling, got a traveling bone.
Traveling bone.
Got a traveling, got a traveling, got a traveling bone.
One more time.
Got a traveling, got a traveling, got a traveling bone.
Certainly like to thank everybody for coming tonight to help celebrate Bart's 25 years in radio. We're certainly happy to be here. Close.
So this next song is when we were just doing the interview, talking about how you go about writing different songs or what brings it up. This was a bit of a sad song, and really, I ended up writing this song for my father. He and my mom had been married for 65 years, and my mom died, and she had a great life, and that was good. But after watching this long-term marriage of 65 years, I was just waiting to see how my father was going to be able to make out during it. A song called Your Memory Wins. Empty bottles, all that's left from the night before. Next to a pile of dirty clothes on the floor. The answers in that 80 proof can't cut the morning light. What was wrong to make me break that seal still ain't right. When the whiskey wears off, you're still gone. I still wake up without you all alone. You're still in my heart in this empty bed you left behind. Between the whiskey and your memory wins every time. Yeah. Now just once I like to wake up in the clear over you enough that your ghost can't haunt me here. But I could stay drunk for a month both night and day, still not make the love we made fade away. When the whiskey wears off, you're still gone. I still wake up without you all alone. You're still in my heart in this empty bed you left behind. Between the whiskey and your memory wins every time. Yeah. When the whiskey wears off, you're still gone. I still wake up without you all alone. I guess I'll never learn to live without your love that once was mine. Between the whiskey and your memory wins every time. Yes, wins every time. Oh, your memory wins every time. So through the time of living all over, really wanted to go to Cuba. And to go to Cuba from the United States is a very illegal thing to do, to take your boat to Cuba. And so some years ago, we went to try to get the permission to go to Cuba, and we could get no permission. But we went and tried to make it to Cuba either way, and we were turned around at sea by the U.S. Coast Guard. So came up with a song called From 90 Miles to Hemingway. And from Key West, Florida to Hemingway Marina is the place that you can put in with a small boat into Cuba. That's 90 miles, just that short distance, 90 miles. So this song is called 90 Miles to Hemingway. And that marina is called Hemingway Marina. So 90 miles to Hemingway. To Hemingway, trade winds on the beam, luring for the Melican has always been my dream. Cuba by the morning light, Havana streets at night, 90 miles to Hemingway. If I leave Key West tonight, the customs man, he comes to tell me I can't go that way. And if he finds I've been to Cuba, they could take my boat away. Doesn't feel that all the freedoms in the USA. I'm sailing today. 90 miles to Hemingway, just across the stream. Strolling on the Malecon, life is what it means. Sipping on a cool mojito, eating rice and beans. Senoritas on the boulevard, Cuba's in my dreams. Wow, thank you. We were just speaking to people here this evening before we went on about hurricanes. And then while we've been here today, that wind's been blowing mighty stiff. and this next song was really written about storms out in the Gulf of Mexico. And this year's been so bad for hurricanes, with the folks in Texas getting hit, and Florida, and all those folks in the Caribbean, Puerto Rico and all the islands. Has been really, really tough for hurricanes. So, little song called "Blowing Like a Bandit." Lord in mercy, land of Goshen, shades of gray out on the ocean. Don't you dare take that boat out to sea. Better heed the weather warning, there'll be shark bait in the morning. If you dare take that boat out to sea. 'Cause out there in the Gulf, the wind is blowing like a bandit. And I'm talking about a hurricane, and your rigging will not stand it. There's an ill wind blowing, better get back to your mooring. If you dare take that boat out to sea. Better not make one more drag, gonna wind up in a bag. If you dare take that boat out to sea. Yeah. Better not make one more drag, gonna wind up in a bag. If you dare take that boat out to sea. Better heed the weather warning, you'll be shark bait in the morning. If you dare take that boat out to sea. 'Cause out there in the Gulf, the wind is blowing like a bandit. And I'm talking about a hurricane, and your rigging will not stand it. Lord in mercy, land of Goshen, shades of gray out on the ocean. Don't you dare take that boat out to sea. Better not make one more drag, gonna wind up in a bag. If you dare take that boat out to sea. Thank you.
Get down.
So for a station that plays a lot of country music, we're just talking about country music, and the different types of country music there are. Now from the States, any rate, you'll have Nashville type of country, which is real pop music, real pop country, and you will also have country that comes out of Texas, which is sort of a red dirt country and a little bit more real. But then what you will have that is none of those, you'll have cowboy songs that really come out of the ranges. And it's really about those folks that are spending their life living on their horses, and they're still riding cattle, and they're still doing all that stuff, and they're writing cowboy poetry and cowboy songs. And this is a song like that. Well, I was out riding graveyard shift, midnight to dawn. The moon was as bright as a reading light for a letter from an old friend back home. He asked me, why do you ride for your money? Why do you rope for short pay? You ain't getting nowhere and you're losing your shade. Oh, you must have gone crazy out there. He said, last night I ran into Jenny. Well, she's married and has a good life. Oh, you sure missed the track when you never came back. She's the perfect professional's wife. She asked me, why does he ride for his money? Why does he rope for short pay? He ain't getting nowhere and he's losing his shade. Oh, he must have gone crazy out there. But then they never seen the northern lights, never seen a hawk on the wing, never seen spring hit the great divide. Oh, they never heard old Camp Cookie sing. Well, I read up the last of my letter, and I tore off the stamp for Black Jim. When Dougie rode up to relieve me, he just looked at my letter and grinned. He asked me, why do they ride for their money? Why do they rope for short pay? They ain't getting nowhere and they're losing their shade. Oh, they must have gone crazy out there. But then they never seen the northern lights.
They've never
seen a hawk on the wing. They never seen spring hit the great divide. They never heard old Camp Cookie sing. He asked me, why do they ride for their money? Why do they rope for short pay? They ain't getting nowhere, damn sure losing their shade. Oh, they all must be crazy out there. Thank you. So we live in Virginia and spend a lot of our time in Nashville, Tennessee. And the drive from Virginia to Tennessee is just beautiful. You go up through, you leave from the ocean, and you go up through two mountain ranges, the Blue Ridge Mountains and then the Smoky Mountains. And it's just beautiful. So we were doing this drive all the time, and I stopped at a rest stop and looked across the way into the woods, and in those woods I could see something in the woods, and I walked into the woods to look, and they were old tombstones. And they were tombstones from the Civil War that were just left there, and nobody's really paying attention. And I wrote this song about Virginia, a state that I really find beautiful, but not many years ago, it was a real tough area during the Civil War. I can hear your voice in the whispering pines from the Blue Ridge to the sea. You're such a tainted lover, but I can't take another. Just won't do for me. Out on your fields and your battlegrounds full of blue and black and gray. In the full moonlight, feel the spirits in the night. You can almost hear them say, come on, sweet Virginia. I hear you calling me. Come on, Virginia. Set my soul free. Come on, sweet Virginia. I hear you calling me. Come on, Virginia. Set my soul free. It's a new day, new dawn, this world keeps spinning round. She like a lover with a secret past, just keeps hanging round. And the lightning fires, the thunder rolls down the James in the summertime. Well, you can bring your children down to the water, Virginia's just doing fine. Yeah. Come on, sweet Virginia. I hear you calling me. Come on, Virginia. Set my soul. Well, set my soul. Set my soul free. Oh, Virginia, sweet Virginia, yeah. So, once again, all these floods and all this bad weather that's been coming around, put together this song that's called Get Down River. Amy and I have lived through 3 hurricanes on the boat and lots of flooding of places we've been, so seems appropriate.
1, 2, 3, 2, 2.
Get down, river,
River, get down, won't you get down, river? River, get down, once again you have messed up this old town. So get down, river, get down.
live in a river town. It's pretty little, high the sides, sinks in the middle. When it rains too much, the river rolls down, fills up the low spots all over town. Get down, river, river, get down. Won't you get down, river, river, get down. Once again you have messed up this old town. Get down, river, get down. Well, up across town where I wanna go, see my honey, but I don't know. Guess I'm gonna have to roll. Looks like the Gulf of Mexico, down by the Texaco. Get down, river, river, get down. Won't you get down, river, river, get down. Once again you have messed up this old town. Get down, river, get down. Well, you can drive downtown when the river runs wild. It's happening here since I was a child. There ain't nothing you can do to stop it. Just hope for the best and mop up the rest. Down, river, river, get down. Won't you get down, river, river, get down. Once again you have messed up this old town. Get down, river, get down. Whoa, get down, river, get down. Go on, get down, river, get down. Thank you very much. This is a song well, Bart, this one sort of has not been released yet, and hardly anybody's ever heard this song, so you'll hear it on the next one. A song called Everything Changed. Right? You walked in my door and the sun shine like it never did before. No, nothing would ever be the same. That's when everything changed. I made some bad decisions about women once or twice. They were heavy on pretty but light on nice. Cut me down the middle and ran off with both halves. That's when I found out that love never lasts. And you walked in my door and the sun shined like it never did before. No, nothing, I mean nothing, ever be the same, baby. That's when everything changed. All these years later, I'm surprised every day. Someone sweet as you ain't thrown me away. I keep on waiting for the other shoe to drop. When on my heart I feel a knock, 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 and it's you. You walked in my door and the sun shine like it never did before. No, nothing would ever be the same. That's when everything changed. Years later, I'm surprised every day. Someone sweet as you ain't thrown my ass away. I keep on waiting for the other shoe to drop. When on my heart I feel a knock, 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 and it's you walked in my door, and the sun shine like it never did before. No, nothing, I mean nothing, ever be the same. That's when everything changed. That's when everything, oh, I mean everything. That's when everything changed, yeah. That's when everything changed. Thank you, thank you.
Ja, en zo gaat een uur heel snel voorbij. Voor de kijkers is dat alweer het einde van de uitzending. Maar wij gaan als radio natuurlijk nog een uur door. En zo direct na het nieuws en de berichten van onze sponsors gaan wij natuurlijk nog door met Amy en met Mike. En we zullen straks heerlijk nog kunnen genieten. Mensen hier in de studio kunnen ook rustig blijven zitten en nog verder genieten van deze muziek. In ieder geval de mensen van de televisie wil ik heel hartelijk danken voor deze uitzending. En ja, de mensen ook van de techniek die er hierachter allemaal staan. Hartelijk dank en wij gaan zo direct nog even door. Tot zo.